دوستان عزیز، خواستم سلام عرض کنم. Thank you all for being here today. We are very grateful for your presence, your condolences, and your prayers as we gather to honor my father's life and memory. از همه شما ممنونیم که امروز با حضور، همدردی و دعاهاتون در کنار ما هستید. We wanted to begin by sharing a poem by Rumi in remembrance of my father. We will first read it in Farsi and then offer an English rendering. خواستیم اول با شعر مثنوی شروع کنیم. اول فارسی براتون میخونیم، بعد برای شما که انگلیسی آسون تره انگلیسی هم میگیم. این شعر از مثنوی کتاب 3 هست. From Rumi's Masnavi, Book 3, Section 187.
سلام عرض میکنم خدمت همه شما. با تشکر از این که لطف کردین و در این سوگواری ما رو همراه کردین و روح رضا رو شاد کردین. تشکر میکنم. میخواستم یه شعری براتون از مولانا بخونم و یه کمی وصف الحال الان ماست. از جمادی مردم و نامی شدم و از نما مردم به حیوان سر زدم. مردم از حیوانی و آدم شدم، پس چه ترسم که ایز مردن کم شوم. جمله دیگر بمیرم از بشر، تا برارم از ملائک بال و پر. و از ملک هم بایدم پران شوم، بار دیگر از ملک پران شوم. آنچه در وهم ناید آن شوم، پس عدم گردم عدم چون ارغنون. گویدم انا الیه راجعون. مرسی از تشریف فرماییتون.
The short English rendering of this poem is as follows. I died to the mineral world and became living. I died to what was growing and became animal. I died to the animal and became human. Why should I fear? When has death ever made me less? I will die once more to what is human and rise into a life beyond what we now imagine. And when even that form falls away, I return to the one from whom I came. These lines from Rumi feel especially meaningful today, and in a beautiful way, they also echo something my father expressed in his own writing. I'd like to share a short passage from one of his books. These words are from my father's book, Sara. This world has been created like a circle in such a way that humans and everything on it survive and die like a circle. Sun heat turns the water to steam. Then the clouds cool down in the chilly sky and become water again, and freeze to become ice, And then warm weather changes that back to water. We breathe oxygen and produce carbon dioxide. The trees and plants absorb the carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. We die, other people are born, and the cycle goes on and on. Then, in another passage in his other book, Love Never Dies, my father shared not just what his beliefs were, but what he valued. Love, friendship, and affection are eternal. We are alone in this world. We just need to have each other's back and enjoy this short life. It does not matter what creed someone follows, what ethnicity they belong to, or what color their skin is, whether they are male or female. We are all made of skin, flesh, and bones. And this skin, flesh, and bones are vulnerable and need care. This truth has been written time and again in various books, in different languages, and by different scholars. Oh, I'm sorry. It seems that I overdid it. And I'm living in a dream with these thoughts. But deeper in my heart, I hope the day will come when the world reaches this level of progress and development. I am very grateful to be able to share these words with you today. And if you will continue to permit me, I'd like to say a few words of my own. It means the world to me that you're here today, coming to honor my dad. One of the things I always loved about him, but not really, was his coats. Or maybe more exactly, it was the way that he wore them. There was something in it that felt unmistakably him. I could not have explained it then, and perhaps I still cannot fully explain it now, but I noticed it even when I was very young. There was something in his presence, his bearing, the quiet elegance with which he wore them, that stayed with me. I remember one winter day when I was in grade school, he came home without his coat. I was confused because that morning he left wearing his coat, and it was a particularly cold New Jersey winter day. So I asked him where it was. He paused for a moment and said that it was a very cold day and that he had seen a woman in Manhattan living on the street, shivering. So I asked him, "Did you give her your coat?" And he did not answer me directly. He simply said again, "It was a cold day, and I saw that she was shivering." And that was my dad. He did not need to explain himself. He did not need recognition. He simply saw someone in need of warmth, and he responded. Looking back now, I understand that it was never only about the coat. It was about the way he moved through the world. He noticed people. He felt their humanity. And he responded quietly, with dignity, and without any need for acknowledgement. I think I'm still understanding what he showed me in that moment, but I know it stayed with me. And I know that who he was, the way he moved through the world, is not something that simply disappears. It lives on in the people that he touched and the ways we carry him forward. I feel deeply grateful that he was my father, and I feel deeply and equally grateful to honor him today and to carry forward something of what he gave by the way that he lived. Thank you for permitting to speak a little bit about my daddy. خواستم شما رو دعوت کنم اگه خواستیم یه چند تا لغتی بگیم حتما بفرمایید. Just wanted to invite anyone if you'd like to share some words. Please also feel free to take a look at some of the moments we've highlighted from my father's life, as well as some of his books. We also do have some refreshments for you, and it would mean a lot to me as well if you picked up a packet of seeds in remembrance of my father. Thank you.
Thank you.
Merci. دوستان عزیز، اگر اجازه میدین یه چند تا شعر براتون میخونم. If you'll permit me a bit more time, if you haven't tired of my voice, I'll share a couple of poems as well. شعر اولی نویسندش هست هنری سکات هالند. شعرش هست Death is nothing at all. Death is nothing at all. It does not count. I have only slipped away into the next room. Nothing has happened. Everything remains exactly as it was. I am I, and you are you. And the old life that we have lived so fondly together is untouched, unchanged. Whatever we were to each other, that we are still. Call me by the old familiar name. Speak of me in the easy way which you always used. Put no difference into your tone. Wear no forced air of solemnity or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little jokes we enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me, pray for me. Let my name be ever the household word that it always was. Let it be spoken without an effort, without the ghost of a shadow upon it. Life means all that it ever meant. It is the same as it ever was. There is absolute and unbroken continuity. What is this death but a negligible accident? Why should I be out of mind? Because I am out of sight. I am but waiting for you, for an interval, somewhere very near, just round the corner. All is well. Nothing is hurt. Nothing is lost. One moment, one brief moment, and all will be as it was before. How we shall laugh at the trouble of parting when we meet again. One of the reasons I have such a love for poetry is because of a grade school assignment I once shared with my father. We had to choose a poem, and at the time, I was still very new to the United States. I did not really know poetry yet, and I did not know what I would choose. So I turned to my hero at the time, and often, my dad. What he gave me was a poem by Sohrab Sepehri, along with his own English translation of it. I remember being nervous the entire day at school, wondering whether it would be acceptable, whether it would count, whether I had done it the right way. But what that moment gave me was so much more than just help with an assignment. It taught me something about creative problem solving. It taught me that there are ways to honor what is being asked of us without abandoning who we are. And in that moment of translation, My father helped me bridge worlds between languages, between cultures, and between where I had come from and where I was learning to be. It also showed me that we can go beyond the usual bounds in order to create something meaningful and true. That is one of the gifts my father gave me. And one of the reasons poetry has remained so close to my heart.
آب جیهون است نشاط روی دوست
خنگ ما را تا میان آید همی
آب جیهون است نشاط روی
دوستان عزیز، خواستم دوباره از همتون تشکر کنم. یه شعر دیگه هم خواستم براتون، اگر اجازه میدین یه شعر دیگه هم براتون میخونم. این شعر از Celebrate My Life. Remember me with love and joy. Let gratitude fill your heart. Thankful for the time we had. Gone, yet not apart. If we measured life in moments, not in months or years, I lived 100 lifetimes, loved by all who hold me dear. I hope you'll find your smile and generously speak my name. Share stories at my heart. Your love for life unchanged. Celebrate the life I lived. I will be watching from above. I am always with you, sending you light and love. اگه اجازه میدین قبل از اینکه امروز خداحافظی کنیم خواستم دوباره از کتاب پدرم براتون بخونم. So before we close, I wanted to share one more passage from my father's writing. This is from his second book, Love Never Dies. این اسم امروز خیلی برای من پرمعنی هست. I came to the conclusion that if we examine and study the philosophy and principles of all the religions in the world, we find that they all collectively emphasize a common principle and encourage humanity to act upon it. They all collectively believe in an absolute power, and everyone has given this power a name. Some say God, some say Allah, some say nature, Yahweh, etc. But they all collectively command not to lie to your fellow human beings and not to harm them. As Sadi says, do not harm an ant that carries a grain, for it has a soul and a sweet life too. So, if we respect our fellow beings and truly act with integrity and not harm anyone, we will be good servants, and in the eyes of all the religions of the world, we will be beloved and faithful. May it be as you readers or listeners see it. از همه شما سپاس گذاریم که امروز با حضور، دعا و مهر خود در کنار ما بودید. یاد و خاطره پدرم همیشه در دلهای ما زنده خواهد ماند. Thank you all for being here today, for your prayers, your love, and your presence. We are deeply grateful to have shared this time of remembrance with you. I enjoyed so many of the stories and memories that you've shared. Please continue to welcome them. روحش شاد و یادش گرامی. مرسی دوستان.
خیلی